I'm sure all you guys have seen all the fucking screenshots from Shopify showing crazy ass revenue numbers and these young people, they're saying they're making all this much money. Let me tell you the real truth about somebody who's already done multiple seven figures online. When it comes to e-commerce, you do make a lot of money. That's a fact. However, people never disclose profit margins. So sometimes you'll see a screenshot of a dude making 5,000, 10,000 in a day, and they ain't making no fucking bread. The bread ain't going to the pocket. Let me break it down for you. You start selling products online. The average profit margin, the target profit margin that you're looking for is between 15 to 40%. That's the number. Now, 15 is a little bit low, but you can make that up with volume. 30+% is like where you're really cooking. In the 20s is like, okay, we're starting to make some money. So let me show you kind of how this would look. So let's say you make $100,000 in revenue in 30 days. If you times that by 20%, it's going to be 20 bands. So you'll take 20K home in profit. Say you make $100,000 in a month and you take home $15,000, right? That will be 15% profit. We all understand this basic math. The reason I showed you that math is because now I want to show you this. So let's say you make $100,000 in revenue in 30 days, right? This might seem like a crazy number, like, bro, 100,000 in a month, but peep, I'm about to show you, right? So let's divide 100,000 by a $50 product. Let's say you're selling your product for $50. You would only need to sell 2,000 products. Now that even might seem like a lot, but let's say we take that 2,000 and we divide that by 30 days in a month. So now 66 products you'd have to sell in 30 days. So now let's say 67. So now let's take that number and let's divide that by 4 weeks. So you'd have to sell 16 products a day. You'd have to get 16 orders a day to make $100,000. And then even if you wanted to do that, 16 orders a week, if you divided that by 7, you could get it all the way down to a very, very, very reasonable number. So the reason I kind of gave you that breakdown and talked about profit margins is because, yeah, you know, when you make $100,000 in a month, you're most likely taking home between 15 to 30K, which is still fucking great money. But the more important point is that don't think 100K is the craziest amount to make with e-commerce. You can literally have a $50 product and sell 60 a week. And with ads, it's not that difficult. Anybody can do it. So that's what I want to give you guys some context on, just to give you guys a better understanding of what's really going on in the e-com world, because like I said, I keep everything 100 on this page.